Alright, we had to stop calling these characters legendary 2. I seen some niggas on thumbnail I'm not agreeing with, but y'all right here, let's get to it.
His final battle scene lasted for a shorter amount of time than Will telling the group he liked it. So you guys really enjoyed my Stop Calling These Characters Legendary video. I was very happy to get my Sasuke hate off. I forgot to mention his trash cut too. So you know what? Here go one more for y'all. This is Stop Calling These Characters Legendary Part 2.
Stop calling that man legendary.
I know that's the Optimus.
Bay vs Optimus Prime. Now unlike my last...
Fuck no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna, you talking about the same Optimus that died, came back in Egypt, upgraded, blew that nigga Megatron face the fuck down, took down all them niggas, all them Decepticons back there, you feel me? Third movie, I forgot which one it was. He killed the old Prime, killed that nigga off. We're saying this nigga's not legendary? What?
Last video, which features Sasuke, Mark, and Korra. No one in this video do I actually dislike. Optimus is iconic with great moments, but so was Rebecca Black's Friday song. Iconic don't always mean he was cooking for real. Yo Optimus, do you have any 1v1 fight wins versus strong villains? I got Aura. So we can go through each shitty movie to really dissect how Optimus was truly a fraud. Let's look back at Transformers 2007, back before Shia LaBeouf was a crackhead and Megan Fox had all of y'all bricked up. In this movie, the Autobots didn't do nearly as much fighting. Optimus does kill Bone Crusher, which was dope. He used his Energon blades and gave him straight belts. He even saved Sam from a falling building. One thing I definitely didn't say is that Optimus is a bad hero. So congrats, nigga. But unfortunately, we don't give out legendary statuses for beating Jake Paul. You gotta do more than that. You gotta beat a big dog. And when it was time for the final battle, when it was crunch time, 20 seconds left on the clock, go get a bucket versus Megatron. He was getting that ass smacked. I'm talking Kyle Lowry in prison, ass smacked. It took the military lighting up Megatron like a Christmas tree with jets, blasting his metal ACL and shoulder off, and Sam putting the Allspark into Megatron's chest to defeat him. Optimus was not going to be able to do it. It wasn't...
Chill, the plot caused this, chat. The plot caused this, bro.
Even a close fight. Sam Witwicky is just some regular nigga they found off the street, and he had to save the day. After watching Gabe Vincent for the Lakers, I'm convinced he is too. Imagine him carrying Braun to a championship. Imagine what narratives would spawn from that. But since Optimus got great quotables, I guess we just let it slide, huh? So let's go to Transformers 2 then. Optimus Prime fought in the forest versus 3 Decepticons, and only lost because he was distracted by Sam. That's a fact. Sometimes that's all it takes. You look away for a second and your dumbass dog pissing on the carpet. You gotta stay logged in. But ultimately, he did die and remained dead for the entire movie, basically. Meaning everyone else has to carry weight in solving the mysteries and figuring out how they're gonna win. Nigga Optimus let himself die and forced us to deal with skids and mudflap screen time. That's enough right there to make him not legendary. What the fuck type of torture is this? But then he comes back to life in the very end, right? And gets his chain snatched literally instantly. Getting killed basically right again.
I don't remember this part of the
How you get revived, then downed 2 seconds later? Nigga, go get Juggernog. So then Jetfire, we already on to like the 18th nigga who's had to sacrifice himself for Optimus, gives Optimus his power. And I'll give Optimus credit here. Remember, I don't hate Optimus, I like him, because he did put incredible hands on the Fallen and Megatron. You can give a chef all the ingredients, but they still gotta cook a good meal. Aisha Curry got everything she could ever imagine and still baking lizard ankles, so it ain't that easy. But then you go to Transformers 3 and Optimus gets stuck in a bunch of cables in the sky, putting him out.
Is this my goat? Nah.
The fight for a minute. Look at him. Look at silly. This Tom and Jerry ass trap they caught him with. No, they didn't even catch him with it. He did it to himself. This nigga don't know how to fly right. Now he does get out of it and starts cooking every Decepticon inside, killing Shockwave. But when it was time to fight Sentinel, Unc Sentinel was shitting on Optimus. Unc Sentinel hasn't fought in centuries. Nigga woke up yesterday and still showing Optimus how he used to get down back in the 80s, doing crack and wearing bad bad fits. Megatron saved Optimus's life, and Megatron wasn't even trying to fight bro afterwards. Optimus sneaks him when he was trying to discuss them forming a super team, and then he steals Megatron's kill on Sentinel. We're 3 movies in and he still doesn't have a real win versus the main villain without a ridiculous amount of help. That's legendary to y'all? Transformers 4. Guess what happens in that one? Optimus gets fucked up by Galvatron and gets himself kidnapped, carried into Lockdown's ship. Free Big Optimeasy, he innocent. All the side characters gotta go on a mission to rescue him, just so when he 1v1s Lockdown, he could get thumbtacked to the wall like a to-do list. And gets carried by Bumblebee and Cade, where he steals their kill again. He's stat padding, nigga. Transformers 5. Optimus gets taken over and becomes evil and was getting that ass beat by Bumblebee. He was getting dropped off by a fucking midget. He gets bailed out of that fight because the plot wrote in a tsunami, and then in the end, it's Bumblebee who kills Quintessa while Optimus is frozen in place and can't move. Now let's go over to Rise of the Beast. I understand this isn't Bay vs Optimus anymore, but fuck it, we slandering, so let's really slander. The Autobots pull up on Scourge for the first time, and Optimus was getting shit on as per usual. Surprise, surprise, bro. Scourge hit him in the chin, knocking him out, and then Optimus sat there and watched his young bull Bumblebee get hoisted up in the air and killed. This nigga Optimus the worst father figure ever, bro. Bumblebee mom told you to have that little nigga back by 8 p.m. Now you gonna bring her just his arm, talking about some my fault. I will say though, shout out to Rise of the Beast Optimus, because finally, this is the first time after 6 movies where Optimus finally does beat the main villain in a 1v1 fight. He held his face up against the lava, gave that man the Zuko scar. So shout out to him. It only took like 15 years for him to finally do it on the big screen. Only for it to then get reversed in Transformers 1, where he gets his ass blasted off the tower by D16, and the writers had to pull off some bullshit ass random buff mid-falling like Mufasa to his death to save him.
Are we gonna do that? We're not gonna act like that nigga Optimus really got killed by this nigga on some one-on-one shit. He just stopped this. He stopped his homeboy from killing a nigga. You want that nigga on that nigga conscience? You feel me? If that ain't legendary, I don't know what is.
And Optimus does have a legendary moment when he gets back up there and shits on all the Decepticons by himself, with all the other Autobots just spectating. He don't need help. Listen, ultimately, I love Optimus just like you guys. But when the main villain steps up to the plate, Optimus consistently fails.
It's for the
and
plot.
If it wasn't just for pure plot or his teammates jumping in to help him, he would have died 16 more times on top of the 17 times he already died.
Stop calling that man legendary because he...
Rocky Balboa. Listen, we all love movies because they allow for the impossible to happen. And Rocky Balboa being a heavyweight champion is the perfect example of that. That nigga was 5'10", 190 pounds. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are like 5'6", 280 behemoths. Rocky Balboa is Bill Russell, Neolithic hoops. I can't respect his era. This nigga Rocky was fighting mailmen and carpenters. And even with that weak-ass competition, he had a 53-23 record. What the fuck is that? In real life, a nigga with 23 losses would stop getting professional fights, cause that's so bad. Just look at his form. He punches like Popeye. He got that Celtics mascot, why I oughta stance. He looked like he was charging up his punches by spinning his arm like fucking Donkey Kong. Rocky Balboa was anything but a legendary boxer. Look at him, bro. Hands down the entire fight. I don't know if Rocky ever actually blocked once. He just sat there and took hits to the face, ending fights looking like he trained with Piccolo, talking about some, yeah, I was cooking, bro, wasn't I, huh? Adonis Creed is a million times better than Rocky. He was fighting real hitters, real heavyweights. Dame would have put paws on Rocky. Tell me I'm lying. We seen how Jonathan Majors had Creed on the ropes. We also seen how he had his girl on them too. Just use your eye test. Unless you're
is that what we're doing? Not my goat.
Stevie Wonder, it is very clear. Rocky is a flip phone, battery falling out and shit, versus Creed, who's an iPhone 17 Pro Max. Rocky was in a weak era and he really didn't even dominate it. That is the definition of a fraud. Imagine how crazy the slander would be on someone like
that. Really is like this. That's really Michael Jordan and LeBron James taught. Niggas Michael was going against in his time, they're not equating to niggas LeBron's going against in this time period. You feel me? Apollo Creed and Rocky, them boys, their generation of niggas was ass. It was ass. They had to go against niggas like who Adonis was going against.
Wilt Chamberlain. If he was going against those same doctors he was going against, but instead of dominating, he was just ass. What? That is not legendary.
Stop calling that man legendary because he
Vecna. I don't even gotta ask the Duffer Brothers to know that. And his final battle scene last after season 1 of Stranger Things. And that's very clear in regard to Vecna. This man was supposed to be the big bad, the Thanos for Netflix heads. And his final battle scene lasted for a shorter amount of time than Will telling the group he liked it. He was the fakest of fake demons. The group pulled up to your crib and speared you through the chest and you couldn't catch a single body? The fact that everyone got out of there unscathed is ridiculously ass from Vecna. Half them niggas didn't even have weapons because walking down Nancy Wheeler was ball hogging all the shotguns and pistols and shit. Dudes was in there with water balloons and slingshots somehow defeating you. This Disney Channel ass ending.
Dead ass? Y'all boys coming down on the balloon. That's not there has to be something inside the water balloons. No, there has to be something inside that. There's no way he was going out that fucking sad. And nigga said this he's a worse threat than Pennywise? My nigga that got dairy looking like are we dead ass?
I've seen Demodogs and Demogorgons throughout the entire series give way more trouble than what Vecna gave. How the fuck Robin giving the villain more struggle than Batman? The military base was getting wiped by a few Demogorgons with all their artillery, but a group of 24-year-old teenagers defeated you? This is the big bad villain, but they pulled up to his own home turf and he got caught lacking like that? Nigga, you know you got ups. How you just so nonchalant? The Duffer Brothers said that there were no Demodogs or Demogorgons because the group caught Vecna by surprise. Can't that nigga literally see everything? How did he get snuck? You mean to tell me that Vecna couldn't hear them coming, or because of that whack-ass hairline, see the light reflecting off Lucas's forehead shining up in the sky like a bat signal? Vecna had a hold on Holly's leg, and the plate cleaner Derek manages to outmuscle him, pulling Holly away from him, and then told that nigga to suck his fat one. He was getting treated like a meme the entire last episode, bro. He's supposed to be way more powerful than 11, except he's literally losing a 1v1 ISO to her somehow. It makes no sense. We're 5 seasons in, and we seen that this bitch was still struggling to flip pennies, nose bleeding and shit, but now all of a sudden she can push him against a spike? They defeated Vecna, and there was still an hour left in the episode. The weak-ass military.
You're telling me this nigga didn't even make it to the last 10 minutes of this fucking series finale? Alright.
Terry got 11 to die before Vecna was able to do it. It's crazy. Don't get me started on the Mind Flayer too. They brought him back for what? Just to look sorry. Vecna was a fraud, bro. Cool concept of a villain that they made up 5 minutes before it was time to shoot the season, but for him to be defeated that easily, that quickly, was just such a letdown of what's been built up for over like a decade now.
This is
Stop calling that man legendary because he
Gohan.
What? If you call my nigga a not legendary, you don't know this nigga character. You don't know my nigga character. Every time it was time for that nigga bang out for real, last line of defense, Gohan, he did that. Super Saiyan 2, First Cell, he did that. We don't talk about the Buu Saga. That wasn't him. That wasn't him. Superhero Gohan, Beast Gohan, he did what he had to do. When Frieza pulled up, Resurrection F, you feel me? That wasn't his story. You gotta know when it's your story and when it's not. He knew it wasn't his story, nigga.
I know some of y'all gonna get mad at this, but let's be real, bro. Gohan is a lot cooler in theory than in reality. One of my personal favorite versions of Gohan is Future Gohan, but can we really think about what we're glazing for a second? This
nigga that died, protected humanity, make sure the last hope of the future made it back and saved the future. Yeah, Gohan we talking about?
Nigga Gohan allowed for everyone.
See, y'all niggas only care about winning and shit. Winning fights, nigga. Nigga won the fucking war, nigga. Who came back and killed androids after training in the past? He needed to do that. He went out and made sure that nigga survived, knowing he gonna get back for the guys. Y'all worry about winning one-on-one fights and shit, nigga. Which gang, which nigga, which group still alive, nigga? The androids or the Z fighters, nigga? Trunks did that.
He's known and loved to die. The world is being boomed constantly, and he is constantly getting his ass beat, and we just over.
But y'all not talking about the fact all the Z fighters died. Nigga Gohan, 5, 8 years old, survived till he was a grown ass man. 2v1 niggas for years. Y'all not gonna do that.
Here sitting like, but bro, he's too tough. Look at the scar in one arm. Mad aura though. He's a failure. A walking failure. We a bunch of simple ass niggas to please, bro. One sandwich and a back rub and now we ready to marry her. Gohan spent most of his pre-Cell Saga days getting the absolute shit folded out of him and freezing in the big moments, crying with a few bright spots here and there. That
my nigga was 5 years old going against a fucking crazy tyrant in space, going against niggas that blow up planets and shit. Y'all expect this nigga to be ready to 1v1 niggas? Y'all niggas is ignorant.
really amounted to nothing, but I'm willing to look past that. I'm willing to let it slide because bro was like 5 years old. Okay. I'm not gonna shit on Usain Bolt's toddler for getting smoked by Noah Lyles. But even in the Cell Saga, Gohan had Cell on the ropes and started fucking around, trolling, forcing Goku to then have to sacrifice himself to save the Earth. Gohan, it was your single. This was your #1 hit, and you let Drake on it. That shit is not yours anymore. That's Goku's moment now. And you think he learned his lesson. But then in the Boo Saga, this motherfucker gets cocky again and lets Boo eat his ass, absorbing his power. What the fuck? Y'all let me know. What is legendary about being one hard-headed ass nigga? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson? And then what does he do after that? He retires and starts studying in school. Now I'm usually one to support motherfuckers acknowledging their trash. I've told Draymond Green to consider painting instead of basketball a few times. But fuck that. Gohan, you pussy. I've heard that Toriyama wanted Gohan to be the
my nigga pussy now? Come on, bro. When them boys call Gohan up, he always on the battlefield though. You can't call my nigga pussy for that. Word of bro. He's always there, nigga. He's always there.
The new MC and leave Goku dead, but fans wasn't fucking with it, so he ended up not doing it. And I think that's ended up holding Gohan's character immensely, because he was supposed to take the reins, but now he just needed to be sidelined again. It just felt like a huge step back. And then you go to Dragon Ball Super, and they got him out here fighting Winnie the Pooh. Then they got him fighting a nigga who finally took off his do-rag. The only real memorable moment he gets in Super is when he beats Dispo, which is a good win, shout out to Gohan. And then he gets a random ass pull transformation Beast Gohan that had no build up whatsoever, and he got without any training because that's all Gohan's character is. He is a fraud, bro. He is not legendary.
What? I don't give a fuck what nigga tell me. My nigga Gohan's like that now. My nigga Gohan's like that now, you feel me? Like what? Gohan, like bro.
The Gohan blaze is crazy.
I got nothing to say.
I'm calling that man legendary because he won.
Red Hood. Again, none of these characters I dislike. In fact, Red Hood might possibly be my favorite DC character. But let's keep.
Find a different character, nigga. I think my favorite character might be Static Shock.
Keep it real, bro. We all fuck with this nigga off of one storyline, and that's pretty ass when you think about it. I'm kind of taking a different approach with this one. I'm not even saying don't call Red Hood legendary because his actions are that of a fraud necessarily. I'm saying we can't call this man legendary because there's so many renditions of him that are ass, and we only mess with him for the Under the Red Hood storyline. Gun to the back of your head right now, name me 5 good Jason Todd comic book storylines. Exactly, bro. Let's be real. Nobody give a fuck about the Outlaws. There's a reason DC has retold the same story in movie form, then in live action TV form, then in video game form. What other stories they gonna tell about, bro? Nobody knows or cares about the others. I've seen Jason Todd getting tortured and Batman failing him like 57 different times at this point. Wow. My man Red Hood is carried by the fact that his outfit is so ridiculously clean, his fighting is dope because he was obviously trained by Batman, and that the one storyline he's known for is a genuine DC masterpiece of a storyline. And hey, listen, I get it. If you gonna be a one-hit,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Eh? How's this thing different from Gohan? Oh, you hear me? If that's what Gohan, this thing only has one great hit. My nigga Gohan has a movie to himself, a great ass transformation sequence, one of the most iconic kills in anime. And that nigga's a fucking goat. You feel me? So my nigga's legendary. I don't give a fuck what no nigga tell me.
Wonder, you might as well be like Wheatus and have it be known for Teenage Dirtbag, cause that shit is a banger.
Stop calling that man
Zuko not
Zuko. Now, y'all might be mad at me, but this one I'm gonna defend. I be seeing people calling Zuko a fraud. Not too much on Zuko. Chill. Zuko being legendary shouldn't be measured in wins and losses. That's childish. Whatever happened to process over outcome? His legendariness comes from his growth as a man. It's just like Giannis said. There's no such thing as failure, just steps to success. That's the loser niggas anthem right there. Zuko defying his father. That's legendary. The strongest firebender potentially ever. Spraying him with lightning. Legendary.
He could have killed him there too. But said, no, my man's gonna get my get back. I'm already knowing he gonna end your shit right then and there. So I'm gonna do it to you right now.
And going on to find his own path, helping the Avatar to stop him. That's legendary. It's helping stop a war, bringing the Fire Nation and the 4 nations back to harmony.
He became the Fire Lord after that. Took that nigga. He was banished prince, came back to king, my nigga.
That's legendary. Who cares if he lost some 1v1s? It happens. We know he's not stronger than Azula. We know he's not stronger than Ozai.
He was so bad at being bad that when he turned good, he was one of the greatest. Like, let's really talk about it. Y'all gotta talk about this shit, though.
We know he's not capable of beating Aang and being able to capture him. That was never the point. Respect Zuko, man. He doesn't deserve all that. He was a huge reason why Aang was able to defeat Ozai and able to learn firebending.
No, we have to talk about how this my nigga Gohan, you feel me? Even Future going at dad, trying to downplay what he did. Nigga fought from, let's talk about how old was Gohan Namek Art? 8 years old? And in that timeline, the Z Fighters died when he was 11, when androids came. You feel me? He banged it out for a decade until Trunks was old enough to go back in time. Died protected in Trunks because Trunks ass wanted to come fight with his nigga. He told nigga, don't come with me. Still gave that nigga the sense with me, make sure that nigga made it out there alive. Trunks came back, spun back, killed them niggas in that nigga name. If my nigga going out legendary, I don't know who is, bro. Stop it. He shouldn't be on this list at all. Optimus too. He played my nigga name. I'm sorry to tell you. I can't co-sign that bit, brother. But Jason Todd, niggas, he's ass. You feel me? He has one good story. That's about it. Vecna, fucking fraud. That niggas. Why y'all made that? Like, y'all compare that nigga to Pennywise. I'm not gonna let y'all niggas forget that. But if y'all boys enjoyed the reaction, come subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to.